Guten Tag, my name is DMAD, and welcome to the second installment of Kingsnake Canyon Zoo. So, in this episode, it's going to be a little shorter. We're only working on one habitat, that being Flamingo Cove. So, if you look in the side, you'll see some problems, well, a lot of problems. That has to do with the hoofstock paddock. We'll be addressing those next episode. I had to get rid of the tortoises. Or not get rid of them, they're in the trade center. They didn't cope well. So, but yeah. So we're just making one habitat, the Flamingo Cove. And I'm using a mod pack, the Flamingo pack, that has all the other species of flamingos that exist. The Planet Zoo only comes with the greater flamingo, but this has all the others, the American flamingo, lesser flamingo, Chilean flamingo. That one's actually my favorite because it's the one I'm most familiar with. So, however, there is one kind of ironic cost to this, is that I'm going to have to remove it pretty quick because, if you didn't know, the wetland pack was announced a few days ago. And because of that, the problem with mods, if you didn't know, is that it's recommended that they are up to date with the game itself. So, yeah, so I'm going to have to uninstall it when the game gets updated and I get the DLC, but I will reinstall it once the Flamingo pack is updated itself. So, yeah. So, this habitat kind of serves two purposes. One, housing flamingos, and also we can use it to compare different flamingo species. It also serves as a holding area for flamingos because I hope to do more habitats in the future. Like the Fort Worth Zoo has a bunch of flamingo habitats, and I kind of want to do one where it's like species specific. Like one has a bunch of Chileans, one has greaters and lessers, so stuff like that. I also wanted to use this habitat to work on rock work and plant stuff. So, right now we're just adding we were adding all exhibits. Now I'm adding a bunch of plants, aquatic plants. I thought, the flow of the water would kind of push them all to the edge. So I'm also adding some dense undergrowth on the bottom of the water feature. The good thing about that is actually that, this isn't a mechanic, but logically speaking, so the thing is that flamingos, they get their color, if you didn't know, from the krill and shrimp that they eat. That's how they get those pink reds and all that. So that would theoretically serve as like a breeding ground or an area for those kinds of aquatic invertebrates that they eat. So, yeah. So now I'm also working on kind of a quarry kind of look. I've already looked at it, and this won't obstruct guest views. I've actually looked in. The hardest thing is that the flamingos are so distant, but I guess I can use zoom or something, like use zoom in on cameras or whatever. So, yeah. So I use the desert rocks, and I'm also adding the red rocks from like Australia to kind of give it some bit of a pop, different colors and all that, and also adding other rocks, give it more of a texture so it's not all smooth and all that. So, yeah. So that's what you're seeing right now, just adding a few rocks, and now we're getting all the flamingos. So, getting the Americans, the Andean, Chileans, the greater flamingo, that's the only one that comes with the Planet Zoo itself, James flamingo, lesser flamingo, and yeah, we're doing a 2-to-4 ratio, so that's kind of the terminology zoos use. Also real quick, I'm adding an extra staff area, so extra animal services, and hiring a few more staff. That way we can compensate for more animals. Also adding a generator. I was kind of trying to test out. Also, I had to see what was wrong with the bison. None really. So, so adding the little sign, Flamingo Cove. Made it a little pink. Adding some decoration. Some of the big greater flamingo heads, add some little decor to the area. And then, another thing that the Flamingo pack comes with are all these different decorations. So there's kind of a comparison of all the different flamingo species. Adding some garden and it also came with like little lawn flamingos too. So here are all the flamingos. Got a little flamingo hydra if you pause the video. But yeah. So like I said, 2-to-4 ratio. That's kind of the terminology zoos use, where it means 2 males, 4 females. Also, if you saw that real quick, one problem I have with the mods is that they don't work well with signs for some reason. Like modded animals, that kind of messes up the signs, so I just went with the greater flamingo sign. So yeah, so that's it. Like I said, bit of a shorter video because we're only doing one habitat. Next episode, we will be correcting some of the errors that I made with hoofstock paddock, with the tortoises. We'll be doing something for them so that they have like a better enclosure and all that. So, but in the meantime, if you like this video, consider liking and subscribing to the channel, as well as following us on our other social media platforms. The link tree will be in the description below. Also, share this video out to anyone who loves Planet Zoo, flamingos, or zoos and animals in general. And also, again, the animals need names, so if you want, comment down below. Thank you all for watching, and remember, always be prepared, do good daily, and love nature, for your life is a canvas, and you have the brush. Auf Wiedersehen!